The last 2 days, I wasn't able to get on here and make a video, but I still heard what's going on. Are we really talking about Nick Foles? What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. For those of you who are new to this channel and love talking Philly sports every single day, hit that subscribe button. Now, if you're an Eagle fan who loves and respects what Nick Foles did in 2018, but knows they can't bring him back, smash that like button. And oh, by the way, it helps this content and pushes it out to other Philly fans. With all that being said, let's jump into today's topic.
And they're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton.
As you can see from that clip, I love and respect Nick Foles for everything he done for the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2017-2018 season. Stepping in from Carson Wentz, Week 13 against the Rams, finishing the season out. Not that good the last couple games of the season. Then he goes into his first playoff game. We have a home game against the Atlanta Falcons. I was at that game. My gosh, it was a defensive game. And yes, Jalen Mills saved the day. The Atlanta Falcons were on the 2 or 3 yard line. They threw the ball to Julio Jones numerous times. We stopped them. And the last play of the game went a jump ball to Julio Jones. Matt Ryan overthrew it a little bit. Jalen Mills covered. It wasn't that great of coverage. They kind of ran into each other, but he got the job done and we moved on. That game was the closest game we played in the playoffs except for the Super Bowl. And Nick Foles was just okay, but I'm not going to lie. He went on 2 games, the Minnesota Vikings and the New England Patriots game, where he went on a magical run, was doing whatever he wanted, throwing the ball deep to Alshon Jeffrey, getting the ball to Zach Ertz, the running the RPOs really good. And I'm always going to love him. He's the reason I could wear this hat. He's one of the reasons I could wear this hat. But to say to bring him back is just crazy. Just talking the contract, in 2020, he will have a $22 million cap hit. And the following year, in 21, he will have a $26 million contract. How could you pay a backup quarterback that money? Come on, that's crazy talk. And for those who thought we should have kept Foles over Carson Wentz, I have to disagree. I really do. Carson Wentz is younger, more mobile, and people want to talk about his injuries. Nick Foles has not been healthy, has not been able to play a whole season as well. And if you take away that season, he went 27-3, and these 2 magical runs, which again, Minnesota Vikings game and the New England Patriots game always will mean a lot to me. But you take them 2 games away, you take away the 27-3 season, there's a lot of average quarterback play. Simple. It's as simple as that. And people really forget Carson Wentz in 2017. Maybe he might take a while to get back there. Maybe he'll be back there this year if we can give this guy weapons. But he was a dynamic playmaker in 2017, rolling out the pocket, throwing the deep ball, connecting with accuracy. He was not doing what he was doing this year. And I believe a lot of this missing high, missing low, stuff like that was due to the pressure up front, the lack of playmakers around him, him feeling the weight of the team on his shoulders and just doing too much. Let him get back to letting the offense come to him, make his changes at the line of scrimmage. Doug Peterson started letting him run the offense at the line of scrimmage at the end of the season, and Carson Wentz started to ball out, even with practice squad players all around him. Again, the people who talk sports all the time had the Philadelphia Eagles as Super Bowl contenders this year because they thought, if Carson Wentz has weapons, Deshaun Jackson fully healthy, Alshon Jeffrey fully healthy, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, all fully healthy, they would go off. Because the 2017 season, he was throwing to Alshon Jeffrey, but he was healthy and he looked good. Nelson Aguilar was one of our deep ball threats. Deshaun Jackson's better. Torrey Smith in his prime was good, but not now. Deshaun Jackson's better. So he was doing this with these guys. But the thing was, the team was healthy and he was playing his style of football. Doug Peterson wasn't doing all this check down stuff. They were playing, I'll beat you down the field. There's just a lot of things that went into it. So at the end of the day, this video is for me to say, I love and respect Nick Foles, but there's no way, shape, or form he could be the backup for the money and just the disrespect of Carson Wentz. Now, let's talk about the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles do want to sign a veteran cornerback this offseason, with both our starting cornerbacks and Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills being free agents. Most likely both of them won't be back. It's definitely not Ronald Darby, maybe Jalen Mills, but I haven't seen signs at the Eagles showing that they want to sign him back. So I do believe we need to hit the draft for a corner. I do believe we need to sign a corner. And let's talk about the options. You have Logan Ryan, James Bradbury, Byron Jones, and Chris Harris Jr. Now, my favorite one of these guys is James Bradbury. I think you can get value and dollar. That's the best way to go. Byron Jones is better than James Bradbury, but it's going to cost us around $16 million per year. You might have to overpay, but I don't want to overpay that much for that kind of player. 2018, he was really good. 2019, he just showed average to a little bit better than average ball skills, and that's in my eyes. Now, PFF might say a little bit different, but I mean, the Eagles cooked him up the second game with practice squad players, and he was on the field. Anyways, I'm still upset that the Eagles did not even talk about A.J. Bouye. There was been no talk about A.J. Bouye. Now, he's not the same player he was 2 years ago when he was making the top 100 list and almost an all-pro cornerback, but he's still good.
3rd down and 6. Mariota throws.
Stay locked in. Just make sure you keep paying attention to the routes. It's the same stuff we've been seeing on film, too.
Now, that wasn't much, and I'm not saying he's a top 5 corner or a top 10 corner, but he's better than what we have on our roster. And the Denver Broncos only gave up a 4th-round pick. You guys been hearing me say so many times, we got 3 4th-round picks, and I believe A.J. Bouye will be better than any 4th-round cornerback that's probably going to be in this draft. He's still got coverage skills. Can he work on some things to get back to what his all-pro status was? Yes, but a lot of people on that Jacksonville Jaguar team gave up. Ever since they got beat by the New England Patriots in the AFC Championship game, this team's been all about quitting. Quitting. The coaches look like they quit. The players look like they quit. And maybe that's what he did. Now, I'm not for no quitter to play on the Philadelphia Eagles, but I think he has coverage skills, and a 4th round would have been an easy trade. We got 3 of them. I'm kind of mad at how we just twiddled his thumbs around, because the Eagles like to leak a lot of stuff. And if the Eagles had interest in A.J. Bouye, I think we all would have heard about it. And I didn't hear much. So I'm kind of mad about that. And I do think the Eagles are going to be all in on Byron Jones and will overpay him because of the extra money we have. I'm not for it, on the fact that $16 million is too much, in my opinion, for this player to be tied to long term. He is better than all our guys. He's better than A.J. Bouye when you talk about straight covering. But A.J. Bouye, a 4th-round pick and a cheaper contract, I would have took. And we get a draft guy. Then we get our safeties, shore up the safeties. I don't know. Byron Jones could help this team. I agree. But in the long term, I think his play versus the money we're going to pay him down the stretch is just going to hamper this team. This is what I think. Real quick before I end this video, I just want to talk about this loaded wide receiver draft. I mean, if we moved up to get Henry Ruggs, instant help year 1. If we stayed at 21, Justin Jefferson, instant help year 1. Even if we moved back in the 2nd and didn't try to get that guy and got a Denzel Mims, a Claypool, a Jalen Reagor, a KJ Hamler, I believe all these guys will immediately help year 1. That's how loaded it is. There's probably even guys in the 3rd round like a Van Jefferson, a KJ Hill, a Tyler Johnson, a Gandon Golden. These guys will help immediately too. There's just so much. So the Eagles really got to think of what they want to do and not draft early and lose prospects in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and other positions because it's loaded. Now, I'm still leaning towards get your receiver with the 21 pick, move up, or stay there and get him. But there's just so much talent. Don't be surprised if the Eagles do something like that, because a guy like Claypool or Denzel Mims, who might go in the 2nd, maybe the 3rd-ish or late 2nd, early 2nd, late 2nd, they could be one of the best receivers in the draft. They might be able to outplay the Henry Ruggs, the Justin Jeffersons. Who knows, I don't know. That's how talented this draft is. With all that being said, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. Sorry I didn't put out the video the last 2 days. Been really busy. If you are new to this channel, smash that subscribe button. And oh, don't forget, hit that like button. It helps this content grow. And let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about this whole Nick Foles thing? Sorry, I should have talked about this Monday or Tuesday. Been real busy, but we ain't going to let it stop us from keeping putting out this Eagles content. Philly sports all day. That's what we do on this channel. Like I said, let me know in the comment, what do you think about AJ Bouye? What do you think about us signing a cornerback in the free agency? And Nick Foles, man, we have to let this go. I love him, but we got to let this go. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.